Hello, everybody. I'm Joe Zagacki, and welcome to Hurricane Game Day with University of Miami head coach Frank Haith. Josh Darrow also on the show, and they join me in just a moment. Coming up on the show, we'll preview the Hurricanes' big games coming up against Wake Forest and Duke. Plus, we'll go into the practice floor with University of Miami head coach Frank Haith, and Josh Darrow goes one-on-one. Stay with us as Hurricane Game Day starts right now. Good job. Good pass, guys!
We gotta cut harder. Come on, AT!
1, 2, 3. Together!
And welcome to Hurricane Game Day with University of Miami head coach Frank Haith. I'm Joe Zagacki. Josh Darrow also joins us on the show. This week, the Hurricanes, a couple of big games, Wake Forest and Duke. In fact, Wake Forest tonight has the Hurricanes coming off a couple of home games against Georgia Tech and Virginia. And coach now back on the road against the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest, a game that will be played tonight.
Yeah, and I think, Wake obviously had a big win against Virginia, so they've won a home game and got off the snide a little bit. Ari Stewart, C.J. Harris, and they've got a really good freshman, J.T. Terrell. I mean, I think he's their leading scorer, a very talented player, really good shooter. They shoot the ball pretty good. Gary Clark is one of the leading three-point shooters in the ACC, so we've got to do a great job of making sure we know where the shooters are at.
When we talk about Wake Forest, I know one of the first times we went through the ACC with you, you hop into Lawrence Joel, and they get that thing revved up pretty good there. They got the students packing the tie-dyes. The mascot, the Demon Deacon, comes out on his Harley Davidson, revving it up. They shoot fire into the sky. It's a pretty lively place on the road there at Wake Forest.
It is. I spent 5 years there as an assistant coach, and going back there and seeing how that has grown. I think it's grown a lot during Skip, when Skip was there, and in terms of the enthusiasm, but it's a neat place to go play a basketball game.
I know this every time we go there. They love you. You get lots of hugs from everybody in that arena. Jeff Bezdelik, the new head coach there, has their style changed over the year with Bezdelik in charge?
Yeah, Jeff has a little bit system very similar to what Donahue does at Boston College, and they call it the Chin Series, and they don't like to be called Princeton offense, but it's got a Princeton feel to it, and but they a lot of cutting, they run their offense through the high post, so you got to adjust a little bit, and it's much like you said, a lot different than what Dino or Skip ran.
Now we've seen. We've been here a while now. We know we've seen Jeff Bezdelik. I don't know how many years we're going back now. We're going back 4 or 5 years. We saw him when he was the coach at Air Force, and we played in the tournament in Seattle. Is his team similar to that team you saw then, or has he changed things through his stops at Colorado and now in Winston-Salem?
Not quite as much. When we played them at Air Force, they were strictly Princeton-style offense. I think is tapered a little bit to. They run a little bit more. They here at Wake Forest, so didn't follow them at Colorado in terms of what they did. I think talking to Rick Barnes back when he was at Colorado, he ran their defense was more like a matchup zone, but I think he's playing mostly man-to-man here at Wake Forest.
Okay, after the Wake Forest game, another big opportunity back home, a Sunday night matchup against Duke. Played him earlier this year at Cameron Indoor Stadium. Played him eyeball to eyeball for the most part. Lost by 11 points, but you've played Duke really well the last several years.
We have. We've had some really good ball games against Duke, and I anticipate having another great one against them Sunday night. Obviously, one of the better teams in the country. Got 2 All-Americans on their team, and they've got some young guys that have come around and starting to play better in terms of Curry and Dawkins. So it's a talented team.
Coach, a lot of talk about Nolan Smith. When you talk about Player of the Years in the country, Kemba Walker is in the conversation. Sullinger at Ohio State, of course, Jimmer Fredette. But Nolan Smith has also emerged, and he's putting up quite a tremendous basketball season for the Blue Devils.
He really is. They lost Kyrie Irving early in the year, and Nolan just kind of took his game to another level. But just a tremendous player, and I think more importantly, watching Nolan play, I really love his disposition on the basketball court, how he carries himself, and he's a true leader. When you coach against him, you see him communicate with his teammates. He is really epitomizes just a great leader.
A couple years ago, you beat them at the Bank United Center. But one of the things you've been able to do against Duke is really drive their defense, and that's put you in contention to win some of those games.
You have to. Duke pressures you so hard. They push you out away from the basket, and you've got to be willing to put the ball and attack that we call it the ACC area to have success against Duke, because if not, they're going to continue to push you away from the basket.
All right, so we look forward to that. It's Wake and Duke coming up. Duke on Sunday at the Bank United Center. Don't go anywhere now. There's plenty more. When we come back, it's everybody's favorite segment. Unlimited access will take you onto the court during one of Coach Haith's practice sessions. That's coming up next right here on CSS.
It's Durant Scott, and you're watching Hurricane Game Day. It's all about the youth.
Welcome back to Hurricane Game Day here on CSS. It's that time of the show when we take you onto the court and into the locker room. Here's an inside look at the University of Miami men's basketball team as Coach Haith and his staff granted us unlimited access at one of the practice sessions. Here is Coach Haith.
Good. Stationary right now. Let's go. Come on, Eric, jump to the ball, start over. Come on, stay in and get there. Come up the gut, Trey. Come on now. Let's go, focus. Good job, Jules. Good job. Hey, remember, we got to sink to the ball. Okay? That ball gets in there, we got to rotate. Come on, let's go. Ryan, you in. Let's go. Good. Switch it. Talk. Come on, too late. Biggs, you got to help your perimeter players out. Come on, Al, you got to talk. Let's go. Ball. See the ball. Help. Stagger, help. Stay attached. House your help. Good, Malcolm. Good. Stay down. Good job, Jules. Good job. Nice job. Great job. Good. Take away the middle. We got to take away the middle. Let's go. Shoot a free throw. Come on, let's get one. Let's get it going. No middle, Mal. Come on, DJ. Finish with a run, Julian. Solid. Reverse it. Look in there. Look, there you go. Step out. There he is. Offset it. You got to play solid without fouling, man. You got to play solid without fouling. Shoot a free throw. Easy, Trey. Rinse it out. Good job, Green. We're going to come off this twirl cut right here. We're going to hit you. Because people don't respect us hitting that guy right now. So if we do that, we're in it. This guy's coming all the way over here. Now, when we hit the high post has the ball. We got two here. two screens in. Now we got fives here. Okay, you have the ball. All right. When you dribble handoff, this guy's pinning in. He's coming off, right? You coming off, you just go straight to the block instead of 5-man coming over. So this guy, 5-man Jewel, you're timing it up. If he's dribble handoff, this guy's coming off, you time it up when he comes off to duck in. Good job, Rob.
All right, outstanding material. The University of Miami practicing under the watchful eye of University of Miami head coach Frank Haith. Coach, let's talk a little bit about practice sessions, especially once you get into the meat of the schedule. Maybe at the beginning of the year, maybe more physical. How do you judge how you want the practices to go? How tough, how physical, or how do you determine how you want the practices to go?
Well, first of all, you got to maintain, your practice. You got to do some up and down work every day. I think that conditioning-wise, so they maintain their conditioning level. We don't grind them as much as we do preseason, so we taper back a little bit. Probably we go about an hour and a half of just actual hard work on the court, and then a lot of prep work is added in there in terms of preparing for the next opponent, so that. Our scout team, now we've lost some numbers, we've lost some guys, so that's kind of hurt us a little bit, and Ryan Quicktar and DeQuan and Eric Swope in and out with his injury, so we've had to have some coaches kind of participate a little bit, and that's made it interesting, but we're getting through it.
You've almost used Josh and myself.
That'd be really bad if I had the practice floor. Walk us through. Wake Forest is tonight, and walk us through, the last 48 hours, the combination of film, court work, personnel, how you sort of break out your game preparation as we're getting ready for the big one tonight.
Well, we'll always watch the game flow of our opponent, so they get a feel for, them playing in the flow the first day of that 48 hours in terms of 2 days before the game, and then we will practice, and we'll do some things throughout the practice in terms of we may have a shell segment where we'll execute some things they do offensively, and then depending on how they play defensively, we'll continue to work on our offense, and we'll do that the second day also. So then we have a meeting the night before the game with our team where we actually will go over the scouting report, and they'll have something in hand, and it's a brief scouting report. It's not what I receive from our assistant coaches. It's basically a personnel sheet and keys to winning and keys to having success on both ends of the floor.
And while you are working tonight with the game against Wake Forest, an assistant's already assigned to Duke and breaking down their personnel for the next game.
Yes, and those three guys divvy up the games, and we work through that. And Mike Schwartz now is preparing for Duke, and he had them early in the year, so he has a feel. He has to go back and watch our last game and watch the games they've played since we played them.
All right, that's a look at the University of Miami practice schedule and how they break down their opponent. When we come back, Josh Darrow goes one-on-one right here on Hurricane Game Day with University of Miami head coach Frank Haith here on CSN.
Welcome back to Hurricane Game Day. Josh Darrow and another freshman sensation, Eric Swope from Los Angeles, California. Brought in Mr. Swope from the West Coast. Let's start here. Any big differences between California and Miami?
Probably just the main thing is out here it's more like a party atmosphere. California, everyone's kind of just laid back and reserved. That's kind of like the main difference.
All right, so now I heard, it's not hard to tell if you look at this man. This man is in rock solid shape. Look at this man. I mean, he's like the cover of Muscle magazine. I'm like aging slowly and rapidly and decrepitly. So let's get into it. I heard you're like Mr. Fitness Guru, right? I mean,
yeah.
You hit the gym, you take care of your body, eat right, organic. I mean, let's run through it.
It started in, I think I was 12 or 13. started doing 300 push-ups every other day, 300 push-ups and sit-ups. Kind of from there, I just worked my way into core workouts, lifting. I started lifting at 14, and since then, I kind of just fell in love with just getting my body right.
Now, all right, so we're in the gym often, and obviously on the basketball team, you got someone that helps you out with that. But I mean, watch what you eat, right?
Mm-hmm.
What goes in the body, what doesn't go in the body.
I try to keep it as organic as I can. I mean, you know, being in the dorms and situations with the cafeteria, you gotta just try your best. But just keep everything lean. You know, limit the fats, sugars, everything like that, and just lots of water.
You count, I mean, do you count calories?
No, not that far. No.
Now, what about, I heard you've got like special tonics that you rub on the body to keep the body, keep that thing looking good?
I think one specific thing I normally use, just from playing so hard you get your bumps and bruises, I have just a type of rubbing alcohol that just helps with your sore muscles, and that's kind of like the main thing. That and ice baths, probably the two things that just keep me going.
Okay, now the other thing too is, I know we seem like we're like a one-track mind here, but you also you've been practicing yoga, right?
Yeah.
Like for a couple of years now.
Yeah, I think getting close to 3 years.
So I'm sure that was all part of it for the same creation.
That was
keeping
actually
mind and spirit together. But walk us through like how good, downward dog. I mean, can we do all that stuff?
Almost everything. I mean, it's a work in progress. I mean, it takes a lot of work, but that actually was for academic reasons, for focus. The meditation was kind of like the first thing that drew me into practicing yoga. And then through that, I just realized its positive effects for basketball.
Wait, so you got into it because of academics?
Yeah, because I was nervous for my midterms for my junior year, because that's always your toughest year in high school, and I couldn't find a way to focus. My family was like, well, why don't you try yoga? I know meditation and just a stretching and a chance to just relax, that might help you. I got my best grades.
I was going to say, what was... Did you do it before you took the SATs?
I tried to, but I mean, a 5-hour exam, you can only be relaxed for so long.
So what? Now you went to a really prestigious high school in Los Angeles, Harvard Westlake, correct? And then it's a very good academic school, but they've also. Well, let's start there. Let's start with the Tell us a little bit about your school.
Pretty much, I think it's the greatest preparatory school in terms for high school going into college. Just the way the schedule is. The classes you take, just everything is based on your college experience. So having free time to get work done or just sit around, you have that opportunity to kind of figure out the path you want to take in school, and it's been paying off out here.
All right, so one last question for Eric Swope. You hit the starting lineup out in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
And did you think, tell us when the coach sat you down that first time, or whenever you found out, I'm going to be a starter, freshman, ACC, University of Miami, what was the reaction?
I just got to do everything I can to contribute. I can't, just let the role, just make me nervous or anything like that. I just had to treat it like I did in high school. The starting spot, you got to bring the fire, you got to bring the energy, and that was just my goal every game.
All right, Eric Swope, he'll have a home workout video coming to you very soon. For Eric Swope, I'm Josh Darrell. More Hurricane Game Day after this on CSS.
Welcome back to Hurricane Game Day with University of Miami head coach Frank Haith right here on CSS. Well, he comes off the bench as the Hurricanes' three-point sniper. 2 years ago, he was the ACC comeback player of the year, and now he shoots 40% from three-point range. We're talking about Adrian Thomas. Let's take a closer look at the Hurricanes' sixth-year senior.
My name is Adrian Thomas, number 30 on University of Miami's basketball team, power forward. Started playing around age 5. Like playing around. I guess my mom, she just wanted to get me out of the house, so she just gave me a basketball and started dribbling.
Adrian is a great story because in high school, Adrian really was just a really good athlete. And obviously his first year he played, then his second year he had the injury. And he was tremendous in terms of just being focused on finding a way to get better, even though he was hurt.
The early months, standing up, started increasing my range by just standing flat-footed. I couldn't jump, so standing flat-footed, shooting, backing up, shooting threes flat-footed.
He would sit in a chair and just shoot thousands and thousands of shots. He tore his ACL, so he couldn't jump. and he really just became a really good shooter in the offseason. And throughout that whole year, basically Adrian was in the gym as much as if he was playing, just working on his shot. You have to do a waiver anytime you play, and he played some games, but he ended up not playing the number that would disallow the waiver to go through. And but it is a process, and we were able to get that through both times, and him to be able to be awarded an extra year.
I think it just shows that hard work pays off no matter what the situation is. And if you always stay positive and stay focused, that, I mean, God's gonna put you in a place that you want to be or that you're supposed to be in.
We were definitely excited about Adrian being back because he's a big part of our program and a big part of this team. And to see his progression and what he's been able to add to this team on the court over the last two years has been tremendous.
It's definitely, I feel like it's going to be a great year for me. I feel like I matured a lot and got a lot better in the summer. It's another chance for me to display my skills.
He's the only upperclassman, so to speak, in terms of we don't have a senior. I guess he's a 6-year senior. Adrian is a focal point on our team, and particularly on the offensive end. I think he'll be one of our leading scorers, and hopefully he'll be able to score different ways other than shooting the three.
Three-point basket is good by Adrian Thomas.
All right, that's a closer look at Adrian Thomas, who most likely in the near future will be called on to make some big shots for the University of Miami. Here's a reminder now for all of your Hurricane information and Hurricane merchandise. Go to hurricanesports.com. That's hurricanesports.com, the newly designed University of Miami website for all of your Hurricane information, including merchandise, tickets, game times, rosters, whatever you need. It's all at hurricanesports.com. For Josh Darrow and University of Miami head coach Frank Haith, I'm Joe Zagacki. We'll see you next time right here on Hurricane Game Day on CSS. So long, everybody.
Good. Stationary right now. Let's go. Come on, Eric, jump to the ball, start over. Come on, stay in and get there. Come up the guts, right? Come on now. Let's go, focus. Good job, Jules. Good job. We got to. Hey, remember, we got to sink to the ball. Okay? That ball gets in there. We got to rotate. Come on, let's go. Ryan, you in? Let's go. Good. Switch that. Talk. Come on, too late. Biggs, you got to help your perimeter players out. Come on, Al, you got to talk. Let's go. Ball. See the ball. Help. Stagger, help. Stay attached. Touch your help. Good, Malcolm. Good. Stay down. Good job, Jules. Good job. Nice job. Great job. Good. Take away the middle. We got to take away the middle. Let's go. Shoot a free throw. Come on, let's get one. Let's get it going. No middle, Mal. Come on, DJ. Finish with a run, Julian. Solid.